Kyrgyzstan, a land of huge mountains, nomadic herders and really old traditions. I'm here to explore a custom as old as the mountains themselves, the bride price. Imagine this, a young man really in love has to pay a price for his bride, not to her family directly, but to her community. This is real life for many in Kyrgyzstan, a country in Central Asia where tradition is super important. How much is the price? It depends. Animals, money, even carpets. But the main idea is the same. A man shows his worth, his commitment through this old ritual. Come with me as we travel into Kyrgyzstan, exploring the complicated world of the bride price, how it affects women, and what might happen to it in the future. The Kyrgyz people, who come from nomadic warriors and traders, have practiced the tradition of the bride price, called kalim, for hundreds of years. This custom is deeply rooted in their history and culture, reflecting the values and social structures of their society. The kalim is not just a simple transaction, it is a significant ritual that symbolizes the union of two families and the responsibilities that come with it. It's more than just buying something, it's a big part of their society. The bride price serves as a bridge between the past and the present, connecting generations through shared customs and traditions. It reinforces the bonds within the community and ensures that cultural heritage is passed down. Imagine a time when families traveled constantly, their wealth measured in animals and possessions. In such a nomadic lifestyle, the bride price was a practical way to compensate a family for the loss of their daughter's labor and future contributions. It was a means of ensuring that the family could continue to thrive despite the departure of a valuable member. The bride price, often paid in sheep or horses, was a way to make up for a family losing their daughter's help and future children. These animals were not just commodities, they were integral to the family's livelihood and survival. The exchange of livestock symbolized the transfer of wealth and responsibility from one family to another, but it's also about respect. The kalim is a gesture of goodwill and honor, demonstrating the groom's commitment to his bride and her family. It is a way of showing that he values her and is willing to invest in their future together. By paying the kalim, a man shows he's serious about his bride and her family. This act of giving is not just a financial transaction, it is a profound expression of respect and dedication. It signifies that the groom is ready to take on the responsibilities of marriage and to honor the traditions of his community. He's showing he values her and wants to invest in their future together. The bride price is a tangible representation of his commitment and love, a promise to cherish and support his bride throughout their life together. The bride price is given during the Kyrgyzstan ceremony, a big party with music, dancing and lots of food. This celebration is a joyous occasion bringing together families and friends to honor the union of the couple and to celebrate their future. It's a time for families to get together, celebrate the marriage and honor their shared history. The Kyrgyzstan ceremony is a vibrant and festive event filled with laughter, music and dance, reflecting the rich cultural heritage of the Kyrgyz people. It is a moment to cherish, as it marks the beginning of a new chapter in the lives of the bride and groom and the continuation of a timeless tradition. To really understand the bride price, we need to hear from people who have experienced it. Aisha, a young Kyrgyz woman with bright eyes and a kind smile, tells her story. Her kalim was a flock of sheep, a lot for her family. She says she felt mixed up about it. It was both exciting and scary. I felt valued, but also like something being bought and sold. We also meet Beck, a young man getting ready to pay the kalim for the woman he loves. He talks about how hard it is to get everything he needs, the weight of tradition on him. These stories show the many different feelings people have about the bride price. It can make people proud, anxious, and everything in between. Today, Kyrgyzstan is changing, trying to be modern while still holding on to its nomadic past. The bride price, once a simple trade of animals, is changing too. In cities, money is now how people usually pay, often used for wedding costs or to help the couple get started. The amount is very different depending on social status, education, and what the family expects, but changing from old ways to new ways isn't always easy. Some say the bride price is old-fashioned, a leftover from a time when men had all the power and women were treated like objects. Others see it as a key part of their culture, a symbol of respect and commitment. Section 5. A global tapestry bride price across cultures. The bride price isn't just in Kyrgyzstan. It exists in different ways all over the world. This practice, deeply rooted in tradition, varies significantly from one culture to another, reflecting the unique values and social structures of each society. From the dowry system in India, where the bride's family provides gifts and money to the groom's family, to the lobola in many African cultures, where the groom's family offers cattle or other valuable items to the bride's family, the practice of exchanging gifts when people get married is a very old human custom. These exchanges often symbolize the merging of two families and the establishment of new social bonds. In some cultures, the bride price shows the groom's appreciation for how the bride was raised, acknowledging the efforts and resources invested by her family and how important she is to the marriage. It is a gesture of respect and value towards the bride and her family. In others, it's a way to connect families, creating a bond that extends beyond the couple to their entire kinship networks and make sure the bride is taken care of. This ensures her well-being and secures her place within the new family. While the details might be different, the main idea is often the same. Marriage isn't just two people getting married, but a social agreement with effects on money and society. It involves the exchange of wealth, the establishment of alliances, and the continuation of cultural traditions. But a social agreement with effects on money and society. These practices highlight the economic and social dimensions of marriage, showing how deeply intertwined personal relationships and societal structures can be. The Kyrgyz kalim, when we look at it with all the other customs around the world, provides a fascinating glimpse into how different societies approach the concept of marriage and family. Shows how some human customs are similar everywhere, even as they change across cultures. Despite the differences, the underlying principles of respect, value, and social connection remain constant, even as they change across cultures. This evolution reflects the dynamic nature of human societies, adapting ancient traditions to fit modern contexts while preserving their core significance. Section 6. The big question: ethical concerns and international reactions. The bride price, or kalim, is a deeply rooted tradition in Kyrgyzstan, but it raises significant ethical questions. Many people wonder if it's right to continue this practice in modern times. Is it a harmless tradition that honors cultural heritage, or does it resemble the act of buying a person? This question is at the heart of many debates. Can we really measure a woman's worth with animals or money? This practice makes us question the value we place on human beings and their autonomy. Critics argue that the bride price reduces women to property, their value determined by external factors rather than their intrinsic worth. This perspective has led to protests and calls for change. There are also troubling cases where women are forced into marriages for financial reasons or remain in abusive relationships because they fear the repercussions of returning the kalim. International organizations and human rights groups have voiced their concerns, highlighting the potential for harm and mistreatment. They argue that such practices can perpetuate gender inequality and limit women's freedom. However, others caution against judging these customs solely from a Western perspective. They argue that such views can oversimplify and misunderstand the complexities of local cultures and traditions. The discussion about whether the bride price is right or wrong is indeed complicated. It involves balancing respect for cultural traditions with the need to ensure human rights and gender equality. There are no easy answers, and the debate continues to evolve as more voices join the conversation. Section 7. Shifting sands. Modern influences on bride price in Kyrgyzstan. Kyrgyzstan, like the nomadic tribes that used to travel across its lands, is always changing. The bride price, once a very firm tradition, is being affected by modern ideas. Women are getting more education and job opportunities, changing traditional ideas about men and women. More and more women are going to college and getting jobs, changing how marriage and family work. This change in society is affecting the kalim. Some families are choosing not to do the bride price at all, thinking it's out of date. Others are doing symbolic payments, focusing on what it means rather than how much it costs. The bride price, once a strict tradition, is becoming more flexible, changing with modern Kyrgyzstan. Section 8. Looking forward. The future of bride price. What will happen to the bride price in Kyrgyzstan? Will it disappear like nomads moving on, or will it change and survive? We can't know for sure what will happen, but one thing is for sure, the bride price, like Kyrgyzstan itself, is at an important point. As the country deals with becoming modern and connecting with the rest of the world, its old traditions are being looked at in a new way. Young people, influenced by trends and ideas from all over the world, will decide what happens to this old custom. Will they keep their ancestors' traditions, or will they do something new? Section 9, Conclusion, a tradition at a crossroads. As we finish our look at the Kyrgyz bride price, one thing is clear: this tradition is complicated. It's a custom that makes people feel strongly, causing discussions about culture, gender, and how traditions change. The bride price, like the nomadic tribes that used to live here, is always moving, changing with the times. We don't know if it will survive in the modern world or become a thing of the past. But one thing is certain: the story of this bride price is the story of Kyrgyzstan itself, a country figuring out its past, present, and future. It's a story of tradition and change, of love and sacrifice, and the lasting power of culture.